What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin Bees. I am a wife, a mom, a military veteran, and I spent 13 and a half years in multi-level marketing, healed my way out of it, and now I'm helping other people not join or get out of their MLM and spreading awareness. So love that for us. I feel like it's been a minute since we have. I feel like every time I go and I create a YouTube video, like we're chatting. That's how I feel. So I feel like it's been a minute since we sat down and had a conversation. I, for the first time, had a little bit of time freedom. I created time freedom in my life and took all last week off. My parents are actually still here in town and chose to just be present during the holidays. And it was really, really beautiful. It was really scary. I'm not going to lie to you, because I've been so programmed in the past to constantly be working that is something that I personally have had to work on, with setting boundaries for myself and allowing myself to breathe and to rest and to be present. And I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful for the messages. I'm so grateful for our community that we're building here, and how when I put in my community here on YouTube, I was like, hey, I'm going to be taking some time off. So, feel free to go and catch up on videos or say hello or whatever. Follow me on Instagram. I'm still kind of posting there periodically, but the messages that I got from that, encouraging me to do that, was so cool. So if that is you, thank you for that. Anywho, let's dive in today. Today is an MLM fail. I'm pretty excited. I don't even know. I don't know what number MLM fail. I'll probably add that to the title if I haven't already. And I have had some things saved on my Instagram for a while. And so we're just going to kind of go through those. One is like a 14-minute video that we're going to react to. And I'm going to just give my honest thoughts. I'm not blurring any faces. These are all people that have, put this information out on a public platform. But please do not go and give any of these people any hate. Leave your commentary below. Stick with the comments here, and don't go to their pages and send them hate. That's not what we do here. Okay. All right. If you're not already following me on Instagram, why not? Follow me on Instagram. It's pretty fun. I do some fun things on there. I'm on TikTok. You can find the link to all of that in the description of this video. I have a podcast, new episode every Thursday. I'm excited about this week's episode too, because I'm recording with my bestie, and you know who you are, bestie. And so that's going to be good. All right, let's dive on in to some MLM fails. This first one is a reel, and some of the, just so you guys know, some of the videos that I put on here are going to be, there's going to be no sound, and it's because of copyright strikes, or not strikes, violations. There it is. And I want to make sure that I am not giving anybody any reason to have my videos taken down. So this first one, for example, is not going to have any sound, but it's song Title by Meghan Trainor. Okay. All right. I'm not going to sing it for you, because that's not what I do. Anyways. So this first one, let's watch it together. She has the most beautiful smile, though. Like, let's be real. Oh, look at all the products. Okay, so this is what this says. Myths about feeling healthy on the inside and out. Fat-free foods are healthier. I feel like that's a lot of information all at once. Fat-free foods are healthier. You need to count calories. You need to be super restrictive. Cut all carbs. Snacking is bad. Feel guilty after dessert. Stay away from fruit. And here's the thing. Behind her are all these products. So essentially she's saying, well, you don't have to do any of the stuff that's listed here. All you have to do is take these products, is essentially what she is saying. And then it says at the end, read the caption. The caption says, if you keep doing what you're doing, how will you feel next month or next year? This is a take on New Year, New You. This was done 2 days ago, right? New Year, New You. I hate that saying, and I used to say it. I hate it. I hate that saying. Why do you have to be a new you? You don't have to be. You're good enough as you are in your current state. You're good enough. Like, why do you have to constantly be, recreating who you are? It makes no sense to me. Anyways, if you keep doing what you're doing, how will you feel next month or next year? What if you could identify how to use food as fuel for your body, create new healthy habits, optimize how you look and feel inside and out, tune to the messages your body is sending, help support normal, there it is, gut function, give your body the nutrients it needs to function at its best, steps to success, eliminate foods that potentially aren't a serving. I think this is supposed to say aren't serving, but it says aren't a serving your body well. Okay. Enjoy up to 2 shakes a day plus whole foods. Add nutrients. This wording, I'm having trouble with the wording here. Get moving as a community. Practice mindfulness. Oops, I skipped one. Rest more. Track your goals. Accountability. Access to my Facebook group. Recipes, meal plan. You get me as your accountability partner. I start my next group on January 3rd. Are you ready for change? I feel like that's a whole lot of, we always see that MLMs, and I used to do it too. We see that they cast a wide fishing net to try and find something that sticks. So in this alone, we have pain points that she's trying to tap into. So, for example, not understanding how food impacts your body. So this person that's in an MLM is going to teach you versus working with an actual nutritionist. They're going to give you advice on your body and how different types of food is fuel for your body. Just go see a nutritionist. The interesting part about this is that she's talking like she is a trainer or a nutritionist. She's talking about how she has this community and accountability and, recipes and meal plans. But in the background, she has all of these products, and it's implying that all of these products are what are going to help you be healthy inside or out. But if that's the case, why is there all this extra stuff? If those products were something that were going to give you everything that you needed, like they tend to say, why do we have, practice mindfulness and here's recipes and meal plans and accountability to me and 2 shakes a day? That's very restrictive. How is somebody going to sustain that? And I don't know. I think that this is really predatory. I think this is a typical MLM post. She's with Arbonne. You can see the products in the background. I just think that this is very misleading. She's trying to find somebody that's going to, oh my God, I need accountability. I need community, because there's so many people that join an MLM because they are looking for community. I know that was, for me, that was a big, big deal. I was just getting out of the military and I missed my military family that I would see on a daily basis. And so I know for me, that was a big deal. I was also a new mom. So I was looking for community. I was looking for adult conversations and, just time away from being a mom because it's a new role and all of these kind of vulnerable places. And that's where these MLMs come in. And this is an example of somebody that is struggling with their weight, somebody that is struggling with, needing accountability and those types of things, not eating the right foods or whatever. That's all this is. I think that this is super predatory. And I think it's kind of gross. I don't know. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments and we will move on to the next one. Okay. I'm just going to play this, but this is the deluxe pup son of a nutcracker sound. We'll play the sound.
Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town. Okay, people, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., Santa's coming to town. No.
Okay, so in this, and we are seeing this so much in the anti-MLM community. This is somebody that is kind of posturing herself like she is her bio says social brand coach, meaning she helps people build their social media. Allegedly, that's what she says. I help social sellers build an intentional and recognizable brand that creates connection. However, when you go to the link in her bio, you can actually see that she sells Saint Beauty. So she's posturing as a coach, but she's actually in MLM. And we see this all the time on social media. And I think it is very much a bait and switch, because what if somebody wants to just learn how to build a brand and they come to her page and now all of a sudden they're going to be pitched with this MLM product? And I just think that, like, pick one or the other. Like, pick one or the other instead of trying to kind of, I don't know. You guys know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's odd. Anyways, in this reel, she says, what I gained from joining direct sales: consistency, extra income, community. There it is again. Confidence. Yeah. Okay. And then in the description, in the description of this video, by the way, she's super cute. She says, things that I gained from joining direct sales: consistency. This is a long game. People join and expect to be successful overnight, and that's not realistic. Let me speak on that for a second, because the reason that people think that is because of how it's presented by many MLMers. Like, oh, it's so easy, the products sell themselves, and all of these kind of one-liner things. The reason that people think that when they join an MLM is because it's an overnight success is because they're being told that by somebody. Facts. Okay. It takes time and consistency, showing up even when you don't feel like it. Community. Maybe what surprised me the most is the fact that some of my very closest friends, having come from joining Saint, whom I've never met in real life, even people, why can I not read today? When people say the sisterhood is real, it may sound cheesy, but it's true. It's not a sisterhood, unless that sisterhood is kind of a cult. MLM is very cult-like, meaning this sisterhood that you're talking about, it's all fine and dandy when you are a part of it. But let's say you decide to move on to something else. Let's say that you decide not to get the new products. Let's say that you don't go to the convention or the training, or you can't make a Zoom, or you just decide that your path is changing and you're deciding to go a different direction. That sisterhood is no longer. You get blocked, you get deleted, you get shunned. So these relationships, as my friend Dre says, and I've talked about this so many times, is a transactional relationship. Friends, if you are looking for community, just know that you can find it anywhere. Please don't join an MLM for community, because it's transactional based. As long as you're showing up, as long as you're buying the products, as long as you have your auto ship going, as long as you're, doing all the things they want you to do, the friendship is there. The second you kind of waver from any of that, that's when that relationship, they're like, whatever. Please don't join an MLM because you're looking for community. Extra income. Most likely, the main reason people join direct sales is the need for extra income, or the desire to stay home and still make money. The opportunity is there for whatever goal it is for you. Mine started out with date night and wanting to get my nails done regularly. It has since brought so many more opportunities that I didn't ever plan on. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull up let's see if they have an income disclosure statement. Saint income disclosure statement. Yeah, that's interesting. So if the company that you are looking at does not have an income disclosure statement, I would run the other direction. They do not have an income disclosure statement. I think that looks really shady. You're asking these people to join the business, but you can't show us what people are typically making. I think that speaks volumes. Yeah, no income disclosure statement for Saint. That's fascinating. All right, let's go on to the next part. So in this reel, we're kind of backtracking. In this reel, she talks about Confidence. Here's the thing. You got to be brave AF to do this business. When you find your voice and you're proud of what you're creating, that confidence switch gets flipped on and it's a game changer. First of all, you can build confidence in so many other ways versus joining an MLM. And what I have seen is that this confidence that she's talking about is when you gain customers or team members. You're like, yeah, I did it. This is so exciting. And it kind of releases the dopamine and you're like, all right, let's get another one. And it kind of creates this kind of false confidence, in my opinion. And you can build confidence simply by keeping promises to yourself. If you say you're going to get up at 7 a.m., you get up at 7 a.m., you're like, oh man, I did it. I said I was going to do it. Like, think about in your life, the things that you've said that you're going to do, and you do them. And afterwards you're like, oh, that's amazing. You don't have to join an MLM and become part of a sisterhood for you to boost your confidence. You can do that on your own. Don't join an MLM. So then she says, what have you learned from social selling? Or what's holding you back from taking the leap? Or tell me something you've learned from your current job. So basically what she's doing is she's trying to posture herself as an expert. She's trying to say, hey, I know the way. I can help you. You can do this just like me. I'm going to help you with social media. I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to teach you to be confident. I'm going to help you with being consistent. Let me introduce you to my community. Let's get that extra income. And then she's like, she's just trying to recruit. That's all she's trying to do. Although she is super cute, she's just trying to recruit. And I think that's just gross. And I get this question a lot. I actually was just having this conversation with somebody this morning, and she said, listen, Erin, what you're doing on social media, what you're doing, whether it's human design or, anti-MLM content, she's like, you're selling a product. I'm like, well, okay, I see where you're coming from on the product, but just because you're selling a product that's not the part that makes it scammy or a pyramid scheme. Because a lot of people define a pyramid scheme as, you don't have a product. They're thinking about the Ponzi schemes that happen where you're putting this money forward and the next person does it and that kind of thing. A pyramid scheme has products. There's been so many companies that have been shut down or fined by the FTC because they were a pyramid scheme, right? Here's the big difference. I, as an anti-MLM content creator, I, as a human design mentor, if you will, I am not required to recruit people to do what I do in order to make a livable wage. I don't have to recruit. There's no comp plan that's rewarding me for recruiting other people. I'm simply creating content, and through YouTube videos, as people are watching, as people are interacting, liking or disliking, I'm earning income from AdSense. And it's the same thing from my podcast. As people listen, as people share, I'm getting paid off of my podcast. Same thing for Instagram Reels. I'm not required to recruit. And that's a piece that a lot of the MLM people miss. I am not required to recruit. And I know that there's going to be some people that are like, but Erin, my company doesn't require me. I guarantee you at some point in the comp plan of any company, you're required to recruit in order to move up in your company to make more income. Guarantee it. That's how all the comp plans are. Okay. So this is just a recruiting tactic. Let me know what you guys thought of this reel. And then we'll move on to the next one. This one is one of my favorites. This is from a while ago. I can't play the sound because it is a copyright thing, but it's the one that's like, start a riot, that one. Okay. And so she's saying network marketing doesn't work. Let's just watch it together. Okay. Guys, I don't like this. I don't like this. This is victim blaming and shaming is what we're seeing here from this person. You didn't put the work in. You weren't coachable. You quit. They didn't learn the skills. They didn't work on their mindset. They didn't put in the work. So it couldn't possibly be the model. It couldn't possibly be the fact that the market were saturated with similar people doing the same thing. It couldn't possibly be the fact that that comp plan is designed to reward the top 1%. In order for that 1% to even win, the 99% below them has to fail. Of course, it couldn't be her leadership. They quit. They didn't learn the skills. And what kind of skills are we talking about? Well, probably social media, probably how to message people, probably how to flip conversations to pitch your product or the opportunity. Like, oh, well, I didn't have, didn't do Christmas presents, as an example. We didn't do Christmas presents because we didn't have a ton of money. So we just decided to spend time and make a meal together or whatever. Just an example, random, that I'm throwing out there. A lot of MLM people would use that as an opportunity to say, hey, I know how you can make some extra income. Or remember how you would hear, cash for the holidays, earn some extra cash for the holidays. And I remember in multiple companies that I was a part of that they would say stuff like, if you can get them in and you can, they earn a little bit of money for the holidays, they're going to end up staying. So, try it, just give it a try for the holidays and see what it does for you. And then the person that signed them up is like, okay, I hope that they stay because they made a little bit of money because of the sales that were happening around Black Friday and like all of these things. And so they stay. And what happens? They lose money, like over 99% of people in MLM, according to the FTC. So it's like, this is so predatory. And it's kind of like, she is shaming the people that decided to leave. She is shaming the people that, it was their mindset. Mindset doesn't build a business. Mindset does not build a business. And when they say coachable, it means I want you to do what I want you to do. If I tell you to go, live on 3 different platforms at the same time and you didn't do it, you're not coachable. It's crazy. Let's see what the caption says. Let's put this rumor to rest. It's not a rumor. It's like what we're talking about here is fact from the FTC. What you're doing is you're blaming people for a faulty business model.
Wow.
Self-awareness is major key in life. I agree with that. You should be self-aware. Absolutely. The energy you give something is always the energy you'll get out. Network marketing works if you work. Like anything else in life. This is not a get rich quick scheme. Okay, so here we go again. And the only reason people think that MLM is a get rich quick scheme is because they are being told that it is a get rich quick scheme. Oh, it's so easy. The products sell themselves. I put up a post with my before and after pictures and people, flock to what I have here. It's not like that. If you have the only people that are successful, really, really successful, in my opinion, are those that got in early with the company and or they have a large following on social media. So they have naturally like an audience that they're in front of, that they have this new product or service or whatever that they can pitch to all of these people that have been following them for a long time. Those are the people that are super successful in network marketing. And I also think that the people that capitalized on social media and the big kind of push with lives and all kinds of things like that on social media in 2016 also capitalized on it, right? So if that's not you, you're probably not going to be successful in this. And she's kind of creating this a little bit of an insurance policy for the people that are, coming in and leaving. And it's kind of like the saying that I always heard: some will, some won't, so what? But it's the people business, right? We are in the people business. Okay. Anyways, I got a little heated there for a second because I hate that people feel like they are a failure because they saw a faulty business model and walked away. They get shunned by this sisterhood, the community, and then it's like it's this downward spiral because it was their fault. It's not their fault. It's the business model. The business model is the failure here. I don't know. I could talk about that for days. Success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, dedication, and sacrifice. Well, that's any business. DM me hustle. If you're ready to put in the work to create your dream life, I would venture to say that she probably didn't get very many messages with the word hustle. The call to action, I think, is absolutely disgusting. But anyways, here is an example of victim blaming and shaming. in MLM. And now we're going to go to the last one that I have saved. This one's a little bit longer. This is actually a live, an Instagram live. This couple is the cutest. It makes me kind of sad because they are putting Jessie Lee Ward on a pedestal. And I just think that it's really sad for them. So we're just going to watch it together and then we'll go from there.
What's up? Hey, it's Team Eric and Jen.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. So, hey, we are fired up. And
Another level, y'all.
Like a whole other level, okay? We are so excited to come live to you today. And so here's what we're going to do. We are going to set up this thing because I think the story behind it is really cool, really significant. And so that's what we're going to do. So first of all, if you're watching this live, put a number one down in the comment section. If you're watching this on replay, then do a number 2 down in the comment section. Okay. All right. So, hey, we are so thankful that you're here. And so we got to tell you about what happened last night. It was crazy. So before I do that, though, we're going to talk about a little bit about this incredible leader and mentor, Jessie Lee Ward. Okay, so here's the deal. If you have followed us for any length of time, just like Jen said in our post earlier, we talk about her all the time. Okay, Jen actually was listening to her, and I was listening to Gary Vee, which is also another incredible person. And Jen kept telling me, this was, months ago.
Over a year ago.
She's like, you have got to listen to Jessie Lee. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. I listened to one podcast and I'm like, holy crap, this is amazing. And so we started both listening to her, and now it's just a daily thing. Okay. And so if you don't know her, she is literally the number one network marketer in the world.
Ma'am and sir, where is the source for that? Can you cite your sources on that, or are you just repeating what she says? Because I don't think that's the case. No. I'd like to see the source of that, which is probably her.
Okay, and she started out in network marketing just because she needed $300 a month extra because she was living in a basement apartment and her rent increased, and so she was just trying to figure out how in the world she was going to come up with $300 extra a month, and then this has turned in now where she makes over $1 million a month in just a month.
By now, we all probably know the real story. She was living in her mom's house. Her mom was the landlord that she was talking about. And at the time, she was working in a lab. She had just graduated from college. She was working in a lab, or she was going to college. I don't remember. Anyways, her mom said, hey, you got to pay rent. You got to start paying rent. Her mom wanted her to pay $300. Allegedly, she had a good job in a lab, but I don't know what she was doing with her money at that time. Very interesting. It was her mom, not a landlord. It was her mom that was saying pay rent now. Okay, so there we have that.
A month.
I can't even go there mentally.
A month, million a month. Okay, and so many people that she has helped and brought out of just crazy circumstances because of her leadership. Okay, so anyway, so here's the cool thing. So the last 10 days or so, 10, 12 days, you have probably seen us a lot more active on social media. Okay, so we have actually been doing a 7-day challenge that we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. Okay,
7 turned into 700. That's the goal.
So that's right. And so we have actually been doing this, going live at 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock every night. Well, guess what? We got this whole 7-day challenge from Jessie Lee.
Yes, okay, on her podcast. She laid out the plan that she gives her people, and she has built a massive business through social media. So we're like, she's the woman for this. And so, yeah, literally, I guess it's been about 10 or 12 days ago, we just heard this challenge from her on our podcast.
So we're like, hey, let's do it. Let's do this. And so we were just like, hey, let's just do this. So yesterday, so we worked all day. We are finishing up. We did our lives. We did a TikTok, and we posted that. And then we finally sat down about 10:30?
Yeah.
10:30 or so at night. Last night, we sit down and we're going over the goals that we have for the next day. And all of a sudden, Jen stops me and she says this.
Okay, so on Instagram, we're finishing everything up, so I go to Instagram and I naturally am checking Bossly, Jessie Lee's Instagram feed, and she had posted 11 minutes ago that she had just flown in, I guess about 6 hours back to Dallas from Vegas, and the airline had lost her luggage, but they had just called and they had found her luggage. She wanted to know if anybody was close to the Dallas Love Field airport and could pick up her luggage for her. So what do? Instinctively, I didn't even tell him yet. Like, I just instinctively, I'm like, hey, we're in Fort Worth, we're about, 30, 40 minutes away. If you still need someone, like, we'd totally be willing to do that. And she responds immediately, oh my gosh, are you serious? And then you could bring it to my house after? And we're like, yeah, we're leaving right now. like, yes, we can do this. Are you kidding me? And then I'm like, I kept waiting for like oh no, it's okay. I had a friend who was in the area who was able to pick it up. I just kept waiting for that. But I'm like, no, like Eric went and checked it and he's like, no, babe, she took that down off her story. We're her people.
Well, now wait a minute. Now, before she does this, she sends her a message and I didn't know. Okay, well then she finally tells me after she sends a message, she's like, and we're waiting for Jessie Lee to respond. And so I go and look at her story and it literally says 12 minutes ago, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, 12
Girlfriend
minutes.
has so many hundreds of thousands of followers.
I'm like, there's no way. And so I literally tell Jen, I'm like, there is no way that we're going to get to do this or whatever. And I mean, almost immediately, she responds back to Jen and she's like, we're going to do it. We look at each other, we're like, are you serious? We get to do this, for real?
Right.
And so we headed out.
Yes, and needless to say, I was like, okay, shoes, I just need shoes. I mean, at this point, it's 10:50 at night. And like we said, we're like 30, 45 minutes from the airport. So we hop in there. We are booking it. Of course, we need gas, classic, So I'm like, crap, I already told her we're 30 minutes and then we plug it in. We're like almost 50. I'm like, it's fine. Let's just pedal to the metal. So I drove because I tend to drive a little bit faster. So
she did really good though.
I did.
She did really good.
Yes, I did. We got there safe. So anyways, we book it the whole way. We're like, oh my gosh, like, is this really happening?
Why are they so cute though? They are so cute. And they are so excited to pick up her luggage.
Happening, because here's what you have to understand. Literally, it's like a mentor that's been so personally invested in us and we don't even know her, right? That's the power of social media.
Yep.
Like, y'all, we're not in her company. Like, we are not underneath her at all. She just invests in anyone and everyone in the business space, and she gives her time so freely, and she's so freaking successful, and it just, her generosity and the life that she lives of serving other leaders is unreal. That's why, I feel like we know her. Like, we've had some interactions, in direct messages and stuff like that. But anyway, so we hit the ground running. We go there, we get there, and we walk into the counter, and I'm like, so I'm here to pick up Jessie Lee Ward's luggage. Like, no big deal. This is fine. This is normal activity. This is normal behavior. And I'm like, be calm. Like, anyway, so we go there and like, okay, yeah, we just need, ID or confirmation. So I'm like, let me get right back to my friend Jessie Lee. Let me just get her a claim ticket for you. I'm like, hey girl, we need a claim ticket. Like, she's like, oh my gosh, yes, I'm so sorry. So I'm like showing it and like, oh yeah, that's it. This is her luggage, and we pick it up and we're like,
we're like, oh my gosh, this is really hers.
This is her luggage. And so we take a picture and we're like, we got it. We're on our way. And I'm like, now where do we bring it to? And she's like, here's my address, to her home. And we're like, okay, so we're going to deliver this to her house. We're like, maybe she just wants us to drop it off, like, at the front desk, kind of deal, whatever. And So we're like, okay, so we plug it in 45 minutes away from her home. We're like, okay, we got this. So we plug it in, we're going, we're like, Jessie Lee Ward's luggage in her back seat, like I was seeing in real life. And so she was hosting a huge training time. She had literally flown in that day, flew all of her major leaders into Dallas to have a major lab time of training that literally ended right before we showed up to her house. And so we show up and she's like, just look for my Range Rover. Well, it's all decked out in ketones because that's what she sells. And she's like, you know, majorly branded. And so I'm like, girl, I know what your car looks like. Like, we may be stalkers. It's okay. And so we're like, cool.
Not really.
No. We're just like, she's just incredible, right? Like, she's such an influence on our lives. And so I like pull around. I'm like, that's the ketone SUV. Like, what the heck? And I'm like, girl, we're here. Like, here we are. And she's like, okay, cool. I'm going to come right out. And I'm like, she's coming out. Like, here we go. She's just coming right out. And so anyways, she came out and I tried not to fangirl, tried to keep it super cool, but I'm like, oh my gosh, you're Jessie Lee. And so it was just so super cool. Her dogs are like a huge part of her life. She doesn't have kids, she's not married, but she has 2 incredible dogs that she rescued years ago. So she's obsessed with them. And so we got to hang out with the dogs, hang out at her place outside, and she's just a real person, and she's just incredible and has a heart of freaking gold. You know, gave us some free product when we got in there. We're like, you know, we didn't do it for this. Like, y'all listen to this. It could not have been any better. Like, we could go to an event and meet her. Absolutely. And I'm sure we will many, many times. But the fact that the way we got to meet her was by serving someone who has served us so deeply, that touched us like so. I'm like, this is how it was supposed to be. Like this much sacrifice to get home at 2 a.m. because we're delivering luggage to our absolute hero. And so it was so special to get to serve her in such a way that she's like, I literally fly out at 8 in the morning. I had this lab tonight. Like, I could not drive to the airport and pick up my luggage. And she's like, you don't know how much this means to us. And we're like, you know how much it means to us that we got to meet you and we got to just thank you in person for how much you've poured into us. And so another really funny part, we get there and I was like, I thought for sure after 11 minutes, girl, your Instagram would have been blowing up with people wanting to do this. And I was like, girl, we are 11 minutes too late. And she's like, well, I did have some kind of sketch people, but she's like, and then you responded and she was like, I know them. And we're like, you know us,
wait,
right?
what?
And so, anyways, that was just, crazy cool. And that, again, just interacting with her, like, we just give her love and shout out. We want people to come and follow her because of how, much we've had impact. And so that was just literally insane. I don't remember much of anything she said because I was so like, oh my word, like soak in this moment. But just absolutely incredible.
It was. And here's the really cool thing about it was that she was just so kind, like so genuine and just so grateful. And I think that's one thing that we're learning in both of our companies, and it was just nailed last night big time, was these top leaders' success is all about gratitude.
Yes.
And when we looked at Jessie Lee last night, that's what she was. She was full of gratitude and humility and just thankfulness.
Yeah, she didn't.
Success is not about gratitude. Success is about recruiting. I have some things to say, but we're going to wait until the end of the video. It's not about gratitude.
But she was full of
expect anyone to get her luggage. She was so overwhelmingly grateful that we would be willing to do that for her.
That's such a big, that's such a key lesson. That's so big. Is a lot of times people look at highly successful people and they think, oh, they're arrogant, they're prideful, they're greedy and all of that. And I'm just going to tell you, that may be true for some, but I'm telling you, the people that we have chosen to allow to speak in our lives, whether it's through podcasts and social media like Jessie Lee or whoever that's around us, these people are highly successful, but they're making a massive difference in the lives of many people. And they have one thing in common. They are all so outrageously grateful for the things that have happened to them. And so it was just pretty amazing, pretty neat thing. And so we were pumped up, fired up. We had to tell you about it. Now, here's the funny thing too. So Jessie Lee kept saying about this 7-day challenge. She's like, look, if you will just do this, you will get engagement. Like if you will do this, you will add value. Like there will be a lot more engagement going on. We had no idea that we would actually get to engage and see her, meet her at her freaking home.
Oh
okay? It was amazing. It was so
take that
amazing.
to another level. We're like, you definitely under-promised on that challenge, right?
And here's a point we want to drop home too. Last night on our live, we literally finished up our live, did the TikTok, and then all of this happened. What did we say? For you guys who haven't seen that video, go back and watch the replay on our wall, whether on Instagram or Facebook, and just listen to the last part if you want to, okay? What did we talk about? We talked about having a positive mindset and saying something to ourselves every day. We say this: great things happen to us. Great things happen to us, and you have greatness in you. I'm telling you, when you speak that truth, things happen. And so anyway, Jessie Lee Ward, we are so thankful for you.
Yes.
Thank you for that opportunity. You were so kind. It was awesome, and definitely a bucket list deal.
Like, I will never forget. Like, I mean, I saved everything. The thing from the airport, like the ticket from our parking, I'm like, oh my goodness, like I don't want to ever forget this moment, and just gratitude of just getting to serve the leaders that pour into you. And like we always want to lead with that kind of leadership. And again, the example that she's set, like, don't sit back and be like, oh, y'all come serve me. Like, no, oh my word, this girl gives her whole life to serve other leaders that give her nothing back. Like, she doesn't expect anything back. And that's the kind of leadership we want to emulate. And I think that's why we've been so drawn to her, is just how genuine she is at.
We have so much to talk about. Let me roll my sleeves. So, first of all, and I know this because she sat on my couch and told me, the reason that she speaks at all of these events, the reason that she has been putting out so much content for free, is because she knows she's going to recruit from it. So these beautiful humans that we just watched live have now entered her recruiting funnel, if you will. Why else would she give them free product? Why else would she, do some of the things that she has said? I know, because she has told me that she does a lot of these things for free because it is part of her attracting the people that will eventually join her team. It's the reason that she's speaking on stages, is because she knows that there's going to be people that are not happy in their company. And so what are they going to do? They're going to see her energy on stage, and they are going to follow her on social media. And that's how that works. I also think it's really gross that within the MLM space, they have these MLM idols, if you will. I mean, these people just called her their hero, which is bananas to me. What? This person is your hero because she's putting out a podcast? There's this MLM famous kind of thing that you see, the top in the company, and it's like people walk around at events, and let me know if you guys have seen this, for those of you that have been a part of MLM. And I experienced this a little bit too, because when I would run into people and I would have a regular conversation with them, and just be talking to them, because I'm a human, you're a human, like it's all good. They're like, you're so normal, you treated me so kind. Well, why wouldn't I? I'm just like you. I'm a normal human just like you. But there's so many of these kind of MLM celebrities, if you will, that walk around at the company events and the industry generic events, and people are like, oh my God, I got a picture with so-and-so, and oh my God, she followed me back on social media. And it's kind of like, do y'all not see how gross that is? They are a regular person that got into the company early, used social media, had a large following, and you're walking around like they created this company. To me, it is crazy. I feel sorry for these two because I love their energy. They seem like very genuine people. Again, please don't send hate to anybody that I am showing you here or talking about here today. I just think it's really sad that they thought by getting her luggage and taking it to her, that they were going to have something valuable come from that. Why not get a courier and have the courier pick up your luggage for you? I just find that really odd. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Anyways, these are the MLM fails for today. It feels really good to be back recording again and spending time with you guys. I would love to see your commentary on this. I would love for you to like blow up the comments and like, let's just chat about it. You guys know I respond to all of your comments. Anyways, and if you love the video, give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me on social media. TikTok and Instagram are my most active. If you're not already subscribed, feel free to subscribe here, turn the bell notification on, as well as consider joining and becoming a member. We have a private Discord chat. I'm getting ready in the new year to start planning some things that I can send to you guys and just really build on the relationship. I appreciate you guys here because at the end of the day, if you guys didn't watch, if you didn't comment, and if you didn't do, all the things that you do, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. So thank you guys for being here. And if you'd like to get a little bit closer, if you'd like to have some kind of private conversations with me, feel free to join the membership. You can click the link in the description of this video and then go to the membership area and you can join our Discord. So I hope that you had an amazing Christmas with your family if you celebrate. I hope that you have an incredible New Year's. I hope that 2022 is a magical year. I know it's been a very hard few years for a lot of us. Just know that I'm sending you love and light. I appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you on the next video. Bye, friends.